studio. Dan, how are we feeling this morning?
I feel amazing.
Are you just trying to look like a nerd on purpose? What the hell is with those glasses? I mean, what is that? What is that?
We've had this conversation before. First of all, good morning, Molly.
Good morning.
I have respect. Second of all, your tie looks like you're a Dolphins fan. Third of all, I wear these glasses because I watch tape all week, and I'm staring at a screen right now.
Yeah.
These are blue light glasses. I'm not trying to ruin my eyes with how much tape I watch.
I didn't say there was any problem with you wearing glasses. I said those glasses. Look, well, put it back on. Put it back on. Put it back on. You look better with the glasses on. Go ahead, put it back on. Let's go. Let's go, Molly.
And I have blue lens glasses, too. I feel you.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
I've had a great week, Molly. He's not going to break me.
No, absolutely not. We ignore that nonsense. Yeah. Dan, assuming Tua plays, who do you trust more tonight?
Joe Burrow. I mean, we talk about Joe Burrow. 7 months ago, this dude's in the Super Bowl. And all of a sudden, no one talks about Joe Burrow. What's wrong with Joe Burrow? 7 months ago, Joe Burrow is in the Super Bowl. This dude has 24 straight games of completing 60% more of his passes. That's the longest streak ever in the history of the NFL. Last time these two guys played on the same field against each other, Joe threw for like 450 yards on the road and beat Tua. He's born to be a star for these moments. I love Tua. No one is surprised by how well Tua's playing, but we got to put a little bit more respect on Joe Burrow's name. Everyone's looking at Joe right now through the lens of that Week 1 game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he was awful. He played poor, threw 4 interceptions. Last 2 weeks, over 500 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, starting to look a little bit more like the Joe Burrow that we know, not the one that didn't practice all preseason because he was in the hospital. I take Joe Burrow. I'm going to take this offense. When they get pressured, he's going to throw the ball downfield. And the reality is this Cincinnati defense is for real. There's a reason why this team was in the Super Bowl. I think Joe Burrow is an absolute bona fide rock star, superstar. Give me Joe Burrow.
You sound like you need to be drug tested. First of all, let's look at something here. The Cincinnati Bengals. Who did they just beat? Who was that team?
The Jets?
It was the New York Jets.
Yeah.
First game of the season. Who did they lose to? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's pump the brakes. Let's just pump the brakes on how elite their defense is. We'll find out. They're about to go up against the New York Jets.
Yeah.
First game of the season. Who did they lose to? The Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's pump the brakes. Let's just pump the brakes on how elite their defense is. Come talk to me then, because I'm not sold on that. I'm thinking about Tua having a bigger night than Burrow tonight. I'm not talking about long term. I'm not talking about long term.
Okay.
Who I trust more. We're talking about tonight.
Okay.
Tonight, I'm rolling with Tua.
All right, so first of all, no team in the NFL has 3,000-yard receivers over the last 2 seasons like Cincinnati. So we're not talking about just the duo of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek versus Jamar and T. Higgins. We have to respect Tyler Boyd. We have to. So that's first of all. Second of all, when you say I'm not sold on that defense yet, this defense in Cincinnati in many ways carried Cincinnati through the playoffs to the Super Bowl. They were one play away from essentially winning the Super Bowl, if not for the Aaron Donald play.
I didn't say they were garbage, though.
But you said I'm not sold on them. They haven't given up a touchdown. They have not given up a touchdown in 20 offensive drives.
Okay, well, in 20 offensive drives, you're going up against
it's still the NFL.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I understand that. But we're talking
Pittsburgh Steelers, Dallas Cowboys, and Jets.
Time out. I want to address this because I want us all to be grown-ups when it comes to this point. When we're talking about teams and we're talking about players, we're not comparing them to us. We're talking about you up against your contemporaries.
Sure.
And what you show us going up against your contemporaries. That's all we're talking about here. I'm saying to you, the New York Jets, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and their offense, it's a little bit different than some of the offenses that they're going to go against, particularly the one they're going to go up against in Miami tonight. I know what they bring to the table in Chase, Higgins, Boyd, and those boys. I got all of that. I understand that. I'm saying to you, the question, who do you trust more tonight in terms of Tua versus Burrow, I'm thinking Tyreek Hill and Waddle are going to show off tonight. That's what I'm thinking. If I'm wrong, we'll find out. But I think that they're going to have a profound impact on tonight's outcome because I think they're going to get the ball, obviously, from Tua, and they're going to do their thing. That's what I believe.
And that's fair. Here's my thoughts on tonight that are a little bit – Tua hasn't practiced all week. So we're talking about, and candidly, Stephen, he didn't play much on Sunday. I think he threw the ball 18 times. So he didn't play a ton on Sunday and didn't practice all week. First time in his career that he's experiencing that, so to speak, coming off of that injury, playing on a short week. That's really difficult to do once you're playing against the defense in Cincinnati that is going to have a lot of confusion at the line of scrimmage. So that gives me a little hesitation. Now, I will say this. Cincinnati's offense concerns me. It's a very interesting matchup for me because their offensive line's not playing well. And if you've watched this Miami defense, they're going to get after you with their pass rush. But Cincinnati, if you blitz their offense and you play one-on-one coverage on the outside, you feel great. So I have the question of, it's more for me about what Miami does defensively versus Joe Burrow. Are they going to sit there and say, you know what, we're going to break a little bit of the mold. We're not going to blitz you. We're going to think that we can whoop you up front and not allow Joe to push the ball downfield? Or are they going to say, we are who we are? We're going to blitz Joe Burrow in this offense, and we think that we can cover. That's a dangerous recipe, and that's what I believe that they do. And I just trust Joe, Jamar, T, and Tyler. When they get pressure man coverage, man, they're going to hit the ball, the big ball.
Potentially a rhetorical question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What about giving some trust in Miami's defense? They did go up against Josh Allen. They did go up against Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis and those brothers. So I'm just saying, all right then. So if they're a very, very good unit, Joe Burrow's going to have to go up against them, just like Tua's going to have to go up against that Cincinnati defense. I mean, we you know,
that's fair.
The same things that you're saying about how Burrow can find himself advantageous tonight. I can say the same thing about Tua.
No, listen, I love both players. I think both players are going to have good nights. But who do I trust more? I trust the guy that literally, historically, is breaking records. And 7 months ago was in the Super Bowl and practiced all week. That's a big part of this conversation for me.
I'll give you this. I mean, when you talk about, when you talk about love, who you got, I got love for Burrow. I might not trust him to win tonight against Miami, but I got love for Burrow. In other words, his skill set has been proven. All of this love for Tua, I like him. I remember him at Alabama, but I mean, he's got to earn some more trust. It's only been 3 games now.
So really who do you trust more tonight, Joe or Tua?
I'm going with Tua tonight.
Okay.
I'm going with Tua tonight. I'm not changing that. I'm just talking about your long term. When you say you got love for both of them, I'm saying Tua's got to earn it.
Okay,
Burrow already has.
Right. No, I mean, Tua don't got to earn. I have nothing but unwavering faith in Tua. And I've said this many times. There is not a quarterback in the league under 25 years old that I will take more than Joe Burrow. I've said that for 2 years now, and nothing has changed.
Cool. This is the first meeting between Burrow and Tua ever. They were the top 2 quarterbacks taken in the 2020 draft. But let's get to 2 quarterbacks taken in the 2018 draft. We have a possible MVP showdown in Baltimore Sunday, when Josh Allen and the Bills will look to get back on track after a tough loss to Miami when they face Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, who are coming off a win over New England. Here's Josh Allen on he and Action Jackson doing their jobs.
You know, it's simple as we're doing what's asked of us. You know, there's a lot of different notions and opinions about both of us coming out of the draft. You know, and we're just trying to find ways to help our team win football games. And, you know, he does it as good as anybody in the league. So, again, it's no simple task for our defense to go out there and play a guy like his caliber. And it's no simple task for our offense to go against a defense and a team of their caliber with the head coach that they've got and the continuity that they've had in Baltimore for a long time.